Today's moments. Wayne Dyer reminds us not to waste the current moment with guilt about the past or worry about the future. And this is really worth slowing down on a little bit. It's really huge. Right now. Right now. This is all we got. This moment. What happened this morning? Yesterday? Last week? Last month? Last year? It's history. You can't change it, John. It's gone. The future? Who knows? We need to plan for it? Absolutely. We need to make sure that we learn from the past? Certainly. But we don't want to mess up the present moment with feeling guilty, angry, frustrated, embarrassed by something that happened in the past, or nervous, anxious, worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. Take care of the moment right now. Shifting gears here a little bit, I want to reference, moving on to our third point of the message of the service today. It's from Acts 20:35. It is more blessed to give than receive. Now, some years ago, I had a number of years ago, almost a decade, I was running a marathon up in Albany, New York. And it was a beautiful fall day, gorgeous day. Beautiful color, sometime in October. And I ended up getting mile 20, feeling not so bad. Now, nobody feels good at mile 20 of a marathon, but, you know, I wasn't that bad. So I'm running along, and I bump into, I'm actually catching up with some young woman, to be in her 30s, and she was starting to, she and I were running together a little bit, talking about things, and she turns out she was a nurse up in New Hampshire, up in the Berkshires and Massachusetts, and she was working the school system, and she was starting to talk about the wall. Now, how many of you are familiar with the wall in the marathon, right? Okay. So, people all talk about you run 20 miles and you feel like you're running, there's a wall that you're being confronted with. Well, we know what we've learned, what happens to what you think about. So, you know, a lot of people do literally end up, well, not literally, figuratively end up thinking that there really is a wall there. Well, clearly this woman was starting to like have a struggle. So I just started to, without thinking about it a whole lot, I said, well, let me try to distract her. So we started the conversation, and we're rolling along. I'm talking about autism. She's talking about the complex process of being a nurse in the school system and the lengthy administration. And so there was all going on. And all of a sudden, we're at mile 22, and we're still talking. And a little while later, it's mile 24. And finally, we get to mile 25. And then finally, at 26, we're high-fiving. She's gotten under the time that she was going to try to achieve. She couldn't have been happier. And I was really pleased for her. And then all of a sudden, I have this awareness. Yeah, I'm done too. It was extraordinary. I have tried to replicate the process, but it hasn't worked as well, not because I didn't physically prepare, but I knew what I was trying. I had an objective. I had a personal investment trying to get something done for me by helping somebody else. Well, I was distracted a bit, but it didn't work as well as this first time. I wasn't thinking about me. And yet, so I learned that not only is it better to give than receive, it's in the giving that one truly sets the stage to receive wonderful ways that one not necessarily seeking, but the flow from the laws of the universe. Deepak Chopra talks about in his law of giving, he says, the universe operates through dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of the flow of energy in the universe. And in our willingness to give that which we seek, we keep the abundance of the universe flowing in our lives. It really is better to give than receive. We must find our purpose and think about it regularly and have it focused on service to others. We know this works just because think about the people around you who are living manifestations of this. Look around the room and think of the shining examples of people focused on their purpose. I'm serious. Look around the room. Look around the room. Think about the people I guarantee you that you'll see people who have enriched your life, who have enriched the life of the church because of their giving. We must be consistently thinking constructively on our personal purpose and the vision we have for our life, because what an individual holds in his consciousness tends to become real in the external world. Or, as ye think, so shall ye be. So what's your purpose? Your ministry? Within your inner circle? Within our church? Within your community? So what have I said here this morning? Well, there are three main points with it. Let's do a responsive reading like when somebody gets married here. I'm going to read it out and then you're going to respond. Repeat what I say here. Everyone has a special gift or purpose.
Everyone has a special gift or purpose.
We become what we think about.
We become what we think about.
This one's longer. It is through using our gifts
It is through using our gifts
that we keep abundance flowing in our lives.
that we keep abundance flowing in our lives.
My wish and prayer for you is the same one that our Father and Mother in heaven has for all of us, that we might live this life and live it abundantly, by finding our purpose, by remaining constructively focused on it, and by finding ways to give and serve others. And remember, this is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.